Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. I'm super excited. As always, my name is Tamiko Drummond, CEO of Lotus Consulting and Marketing. I handle all the marketing for NAAAHR National. I am excited because guess what? We are talking today with NAAAHR's YP Summit speakers and everyone else that is here. Oh my God, I'm super excited to introduce you to our amazing SVP of Collegiate Programs and SVP of Young Professionals for NAAAHR, Miss Deidre Gwin.
Let's go.
Yes. Thank you, Tamiko. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm excited to introduce three amazing professionals that have agreed to give us some of their time and pour their resources into our young professional population. Our tagline is we cultivate confident and resilient leaders. And I think you'll hear from these three powerhouses, they are invested in the same mindset. And so less of me and more of them. My first guest I would like to introduce is Sheri Smith of Indigo Pathways. Sheri, please tell us about Indigo and how your product is going to help our young professionals.
Thank you, Deidre. Yes, Indigo Pathway is all about self-awareness. We believe that in order to know where you're going and where you want to go in your professional career and in your life, you really need to deeply know about your gifts, your personality, how you communicate, what roles you like to play, because we truly believe that everyone was born for a purpose and everyone has unique gifting. And then the first step to understanding that is to really deep dive into knowing yourself. So we've developed an assessment tool that's based on DISC. And some of you might have taken a DISC assessment. It's pretty common in the corporate world for developing high-performing teams. So we have a DISC assessment and a motivators assessment to help you know how you do the things you do, your strengths, and why you do those things, and what kind of companies and roles are really going to align to your gifting. And we are offering that to everyone at the summit in partnership. And we're really excited to work with everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Sheri. And the product is amazing. And it's so very helpful and I think just the affirmation about who you think you are, the product just really gives you those affirmations you need to kind of help guide your career. And so in that mindset, I want to go to Sharon Brokenbough, who is the CEO and founder of ROS Professionals. Sharon, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sharon Brokenbough. Excuse me, allergy season. And I'm the founder and CEO of ROS Professional Partners, where our main focus, in a nutshell, is leadership effectiveness, right? So we do that by way of culture development, developing inclusive cultures by way of human resources and diversity, equity, inclusion, and executive coaching, so that we can help build those inclusive cultures there where employers can be the employer of choice. Not only can they attract and get inclusive and diverse individuals into their organization, but they can also retain them and they can also promote them. And we do that by working primarily with the leadership so that they can push those initiatives down, hold others accountable, and have those inclusive teams of high trust for the employees to make it a healthy working environment for everyone involved.
Awesome. Amazing work, Sharon. And so you guys just imagine having someone that coaches executives that you'll get to spend time with someone and get to know Sharon and the things that she tells her executives, you get to get a piece of it by coming to Summit. So Sharon, thank you for that. And so I love that we get to tie this all together because Jamar does Sheri plus Sharon to the 100th power, right, Jamar?
I try to. I'm just trying to keep up with people, man. Yes, yes. So yeah, my name is Jamar Jones. I am the founder of Forever Media, which is a branding and media company that connects others to diverse communities, and we amplify diverse voices. I'm also a national speaker and then author of the book Change Your Circle, Change Your Life. And so that's a lot of what we're going to be diving into about how to evaluate your current circle, how to evaluate yourself as well, and then how to get into new ones. So I do a lot of things in this space. We host a very immersive, amplified events. We share stories of leadership and positivity within the community, but we also do a lot within recruitment and community engagement for companies to be able to get attached and get connected with diverse communities, so they can look at diverse talent. They can look at how do they get into these diverse communities for brand awareness and activation. So we do a ton of that, and we're so happy to be a part of this event, as it's just going to help once again propel what we're all about and what we stand for, and get out this message and help a lot of young professionals.
Awesome. It's really, really, really nice, Jamar. And Tamiko, I'll turn it back over to you so you can take over. Thank you, Jamar. Thank you, Sharon and Sheri, for your introductions.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Deidre, I do want to go back to you because I want you to talk more about the YP Summit. Now, what is the title or the topic of the summit, and why is this important? Why now? And then I want the speakers to jump in and just say, why did they decide to join the summit? Because we're just appreciative that they took time out. And guess what, everyone? This is free. So if you are not listening to these jewels, these highly professional entrepreneurs that are lending their time to help you, you got to take heed. So, Deidre, back to you. What's the topic of the summit, please?
I agree, Tamiko. And we have several topics, and it's really aligned with the talent that you see before you. We want to talk about, first, we want to get in your head. We want you to understand, who you are, what your value proposition is, and how do you go out in the world to do that. And you can go a number of different ways, but I think at its core, you've got to know who you are and be true to yourself. And it's not driven solely by money. Although some people may think that, I think if you get one, you get more of the other. If you really get in the spot that you're supposed to be in, which I refer to as your jam. When you're in your jam, no one can stop you. You're unstoppable. People are going to be attracted to you. That light's going to come on. It's no rehearsal. You're just like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I bring it. And so once you're firm in that, and we talk about that, and Jamar is going to bring that. He's going to bring that to you right from the beginning. Sheri's Indigo assessment is available when you register, so important that you do that. And so when Jamar steps in the room, he's gonna talk to you about how you take that information and show up and take a deep dive into that. And then we'll have a break. And then we come back with the experts like Sharon, and there's several other HR professionals that have agreed to join us, CHROs, executive director of talent attraction for other organizations. So they're going to come in and really sit down with Sharon and talk about, now that you kind of get that sense of self, now let's talk about how you put it out there. What's your career strategies and how you approach those things. And so that's essentially the summit. We'll spend about 5 hours together with an hour break to network. To what Jamar said, your circle, changing your life. We want to talk about you being intentional about who you're kicking it with, who you surrounding yourself with. And if you're not with the right people, it does impact, the direction you want to go. So you may have to let some people go to make room for the ones that you need to have in your circle. And so, as you can see, it all ties. Couldn't have a better crew to work with. Jamar, I'm going to come to you because I think that piece is important when we talk about networking, and it's something we're going to encourage. Why is networking so important? Why is changing the circle so important? I've had friends for so long. We were friends in high school. We were friends in grade school. Why can't I keep them as friends? What do you mean by change your circle, change your life?
Yeah, changing your circle is really everything. We all do it throughout our life, and sometimes we do it in a way where it's not intentional. We're not trying to change our circle. It just happens organically, and we meet different people, different opportunities come up in your life. And so my whole philosophy is about just being very intentional about that action. So what kind of circles do I need to get into to get to that next level? It could be professional or it could be personal. It could be that professional growth within you or that personal growth of who you surround yourself with. And the better people that you're around that help promote and excel and push you to that next level, the more opportunities are going to happen for you to move that needle within your life to get to where you really want to go. And changing your circle is everything. That's how I've been able to network and collaborate with people like Gary Vaynerchuk, Marcus Lemonis, David Meltzer. It's tons of athletes, have amazing people on my podcast. Just had the chief diversity officer of the Utah Jazz on there. And I've been able to constantly change my circle, and I'm going to keep doing it again and again, because you never know what kind of opportunities come from there and then what real relationships happen from that. But we have to be very direct and intentional about changing our circle and what circles do you want to get into. So identifying those, and then finding ways into those circles, which I'll definitely be covering. It's just so important to get where we're trying to go.
That's really good stuff, Jamar. Thank you. And so, Sheri, I want to talk to you a little bit about communication. So to have the confidence to get into circles that someone's never been in before, and much of the power players that Jamar has mentioned could be a little intimidating. So with respect to your product, and when you talk about communication style and you talk about motivators, how would you coach someone to encourage them to do the things that Jamar is talking about?
Well, I think it's really important for people to understand their unique communication style and not trying to be like everyone else. I think, when you see someone like Jamar, you're like, wow, he's so dynamic and exciting and confident, but that might not be your natural style. Your style might be more calm or more peaceful. There's actually a leadership type that I use with people. I call it the beauty type, and it's like people feel serene or calm around you. So you might not be super like rah, the most exciting person, but if you can own your gifting, you can own your communication style and learn how to express that with the most authenticity and intentionality, people are really surprised by that rather than and moved by that. And so learning how to communicate, not exactly like what you do is like, a lot of us say, oh, hi, I may have this job or I may be from this place, but like, what are you out in the world? What are you doing in the world? And it's like, hey, I want to change the workplace. I want to make workplaces more diverse and inclusive through peace and calmness. And if you say that with resonating peace and calmness, even if you're not the most out there loud person, that's really going to work for you. So I always say trying to find your authentic style and owning that with a compelling why statement about what you're really all about that transcends maybe a very superficial role. That's really what's going to get people's attention and help you find the circles that work for you. I actually call them co-creation circles in my book. It's like, who do you want to co-create with? And that can be, a spiritual experience as well.
That's good stuff. And to kind of expand on that, when we talk about who we surround ourselves with and our communication style, both you and Jamar kind of touched on something when you talk about just kind of how you tell these compelling stories, how you kind of go to your origin, to your place of origin, and then go out and introduce yourself to someone like Sharon, that is the career guru that takes you to this space. Okay, now that I've built in all of this confidence and I know who I am and what I want to do, how do I tell that compelling story and how does that impact my career journey? And so Sharon, talk about, from the career side of things, what impression it makes upon you when you have a sense that people are really coming from a real place and it's not this rehearsal.
Right. I heard two things both when Jamar and Sheri were talking. I heard the word authentic and I heard the word strategy. And you have to be authentically strategic. Authentically strategic. I think I just made that up. A lot of times I talk to people and we talk a lot about networking and we talk about expanding their connections and their networks, and they feel like they're being fake and phony, right? They feel like they're being fake and phony. But I work with individuals to make sure that they can be authentically themselves, but still develop a strategy that is going to work for them, because how we move along our career journey is all about our relationships. We're only as strong as the relationships that we have, right? I tell the story all the time about, because of relationships, my last few roles in corporate America came to me. I didn't have to go looking for them. So the more you build those relationships, and authentically maintain those relationships by not only reaching out to people when you want or need something, but developing those relationships over time authentically, is where you're going to be able to really take advantage of those relationships and have them really help your career trajectory as you grow on your leadership journey.
Nice. Thank you. I don't want to give them too much because they got to come to the summit. So we're giving them a few nuggets. I don't want to give them too much. I don't want to give them too much.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
So Sharon, why are you investing in young professionals? Why is this an investment for you? And I know you have a nonprofit, so please talk about your nonprofit. But I really want I want people to understand why this investment. You could be doing a lot of other things, spending time, in a space to make money, yet you're taking some of your time to do this. Why?
Well, I really wouldn't have it any other way. I'm in a helping profession. So my motto is to help first, right? Whatever comes after, comes after. I don't do it for money. Yes, I have bills that I need to pay, but I do it to help first, right? When you help first, things will fall into place where they need to be. So I'll talk about the nonprofit first, and then I'll dig a little bit more into why I'm lending my time to this much needed event. The nonprofit that I'm a co-founder of is called Brown Girls Coach. And it's a group of coaches that we provide coaching to people in the BIPOC community who would really not really have access to coaching. Coaching can be expensive, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be expensive. But what I found in my journey is that there are more people out there who are looking for BIPOC coaches, and there's not a lot of them out there. So our organization provides BIPOC coaches that can support people who might not otherwise have access to coaching. So why am I lending my time? I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for mentors and sponsors that I met along the way to help me on my journey. Everyone needs a mentor. And hopefully everyone can have the privilege of having a sponsor. So I think that's why these type of events are very important, so that you can, have the environment where people can find more mentors and sponsors that can help them and guide them along their leadership journey.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so very true and so very important. Thank you, Sharon. Sheri, let me hear from you. Why lend your talent? You could be doing other things. Why lend your talent to young people, to young professionals, to NAAAHR?
Well, I feel like the young professionals with NAAAHR are really the future, right? We need more diversity in this community. The young people, really, I feel like whenever I'm around young people, we work in a lot of high schools. I am excited. I am hopeful. I feel like they're naturally more inclusive, and they have really big ideas and want to change the world and see humanity more as one. So whatever I can do to help young people know who they are and live their purpose and be confident in that is a gift to me and a gift to the rest of the world. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do that.
So very true. They are our future. And Jamar, you're kind of in that age range. So,
Am I?
You're kind of in that age range. So talk to us about what this means for you. So I feel like you're serving your peers, right? So you have this wealth of knowledge and experience. To your compliment, you've pivoted from a career in music, and somehow you've taken a piece of that part of you and you've made it still a part of who you are and how you show up. And I think that's a critical piece as well, because as you learn these things about yourself, you evolve. So can you share a little bit from your perspective as being in this body of work and serving who I say your peers are, and talk a little bit about how you evolved, how you pivoted? And again, I don't want you to share everything because I want you to leave enough for them to want to come. But I just think it's so important for them to hear that piece. So if you would.
Yeah, my journey was definitely nothing of a straight line to where I'm at today. So I used to be, even back when I was a teenager, I was a very angry individual, and people would never know that of me. But I had suffered through a lot of different emotions and anger issues all the way up to about like 22 years old. And also, doing music, that was everything to me. That was my passion. It was my purpose. And unfortunately, I ripped my vocal cords performing at the University of Minnesota, and that all changed for me. And so I had to pivot and learn a new trade, but also I was also working IT as well. So I worked my way up to an IT manager. And now within this business, and I just take all the elements that are me, my authentic self. And so often I was trying to be everybody else. I was just trying to be other people. And I wasn't getting really anywhere. But as I started to discover myself of really what's my true identity of who I am, what do I represent, what are my goals, what are my values, and how do I want to carry myself, and then you just translate that into business of providing value but always being yourself. And the more you tap into your superpower of what you're really good at, the more that you can actually give back to the world. And the reason why I'm doing this is when we did our large event at the Pfizer Forum where the Milwaukee Bucks play in Milwaukee, I after the event happened, it was called Lead the Movement Business Conference, and I had about a 19-year-old kid come up to me, and he said he was just crying, like tears in his eyes, and he's like, "I never seen somebody do something like this that looks like me." And he just was like in tears, and he just was hugging me, and he's like, so when this opportunity came up, and when these kind of opportunities happen, I just think about that moment. That is why I'm doing this. I want to be a beacon of hope. I want to be a representative, a spokesperson for this type of work, and to show other people that this is possible. This is what you can do, and be a positive light and a guide, especially for the young generation coming up, because they are the future, and they need similar to what Sharon's saying, like, I mean, coaches, they need mentors, they need people to guide them to where they're trying to go.
Yes, so very true. And we have, NAAAHR has over 20,000 HR professionals in our network that are ready to lend their mentorship to our young professionals, and to the compliment that both Sharon and Sheri have agreed to be advisors on our newly created Young Professional Board of Directors. And so there's more work to come for this crew, and we're excited for where it's going to go. We just onboarded them last week, so we'll be making an introduction soon. So be on the lookout on our social media pages to introduce our young professional board, and stay connected with all the great work we're going to do together. And so, Tamiko, before I turn it over to you, I want to get one word from my three speakers today, and I will start with Sheri. I just give me a word or a phrase. I know your businesses have your taglines, but just what is an impression that you want people to have when they leave your presence? What is it that you want them to feel, or what do you want them to have when they leave your presence?
I want people to feel seen and valued.
So important, seen and valued. Thank you, Sheri. Sharon?
I want them to have confidence in their effectiveness to do whatever it is that they wish to do.
Yes, good stuff. And Jamar?
I think inspiration with action, I think, is the best thing. Take action, be inspired, but do something afterwards.
Exactly, because we can have all the hype in the world and no action, and it's just
right.
Probably creating a lot of stress for people over time, because you're like, man, calm down.
Exactly.
So, Tamiko, do you have anything to offer us, or any comments?
You know what? I wish I had my mic where I could just drop it, because This was absolutely amazing. And I'm really, truly hoping that young professionals are truly listening. If you are wanting to unleash your inner game changer, you need to come to this summit. Okay. And for Jamar, a lot of times when you're on this path, right? Because you thought you were going to be in this music industry, but the art of that pivot, oh my God, you are absolutely resilient. And it's like you are now in your purpose, right? Really touching people's lives. And I mean, young professionals, if you want to dive headfirst into a world of innovation and disruption and leadership, I want you to unlock your full potential by attending this summit. We hope to see you in Baltimore. We have to see you in Baltimore. It is free, okay? Listen to all the jewels that you're about to get from everyone on this stage right now. Oh my God. And the assessment, please take advantage of it. The registration is right there. Register now for the NAAAHR Young Professional Summit. I am super excited for what's about to happen next month. It is next month. You do not want to miss it. Everyone, if you want to just say bye, because we're about to just they just need to sign up. That is it. That is it. How do people get into contact with you? And let's get on out here. We will see you in Baltimore.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone, meeting everyone, and just know that we're invested in you. So this is not a one and done. We'll be doing different things throughout the year. So please follow us, like us, NAAAHR, and then when you register, you'll get more information on getting your registration done. And then we'll also be doing some other fun things that I won't share because you need to come to find out. But there is also an app in your registration that encourages you to download because we are talking about networking and the importance of your circle. And so the app allows you to download a digital business card, which you don't have to have you don't have to have a job to have a digital business card. It's your representation, it's your brand, which we'll be talking about at the summit. So we encourage you to download the app so that you have your information and you can digitally transfer your information to another individual, share that information so that you guys can continue the connection. So lots of fun stuff.
Can't wait.
Amazing.
Can't wait.
This is so exciting.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We look forward to seeing you at the conference. Go ahead and register. The registration link is below right there on Eventbrite. It is free. You cannot miss this. It is listen, they only gave you a piece and you already got a lot. So just imagine. We look forward to seeing you next month at the conference. Until then, talk to you soon. Goodbye. And we are out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.